name is Hope King, and I'm the designer behind King's Designs MD. Tonight is our next episode of Crafting in Heels, which combines two of my favorite things, which is crafting and high heel shoes. So get up, get dressed, let's have some fun. Okay, so we're at my crafting desk, and tonight we're going to do a mini bottle and a glass just to put together a little set. So the first thing you want to do when you're doing your glasses is you want to clean it with a little bit of rubbing alcohol to try to get off any extra debris. And I'm using a shop towel. I typically purchase these through Sam's Club. So I am using some Mod Podge and glitter. So I typically use matte Mod Podge, but I am going to be using gloss finish tonight. That is just my preference. So when it's all said and done, I want to make sure that this has a nice glossy finish to it. So I am just going to paint my bottle, and you just want to have a thin coat on there. And once I get it all painted and the coat nice and thin, I will be adding my glitter. Now I am using just a regular paintbrush. Some people tend to prefer to use the sponge brushes. If you want to use a sponge brush, feel free to do that. You just want to make sure around these edges that you get it, you know, as thin as possible so that the glitter can stick. So I have my Crafter Square glitter, and this is just a silver color. So I am just going to liberally apply this on, and I want to make sure it sticks to the bottle. And don't worry if some falls off or it's not sticking exactly how you want it to, because we can go on and add some more coats. And you see some of it's just not adhering, and that's fine. We're going to tap it off, and we're going to let that dry, and then we'll go back in and add some more coats to get it completed. Go. So while my bottle is drying for its first layer, I'm going to go ahead in and do my glass. Now I'm only going to go up about half way up on the glass. You can tape this off if you feel comfortable. I'm just eyeballing it and just going around the same process, the same method, just getting it around the glass in a thin layer. And I'm not going to do the bottom of my glass, but you guys can do the bottom of your glass if you want to. Remember, this is your project, and you can make it how you want it. So I'm just going around, getting all my Mod Podge on as even as I possibly can. And then I'm going to go in and add my glitter the same way that I did that bottle. And just take it all the way around. And it's cute already. Now the Mod Podge dries clear. Now that's just one coat of Mod Podge on that glass, and it already looks cute to me. If you see spaces that you don't like, you can clean it up with your finger or go in with a shop towel or something like that and just get that extra debris off. If you don't want it there, or you just want to clean up your edge, you can do that now while it's wet. And then when it dries, it'll be looking the way you want it to look. Go. Now I'm going back on my bottle to give it a second coat. And this is why I don't dip directly into my Mod Podge, especially when I'm using glitter. If I'm doing something that's not glitter related, I might dip back into the bottle, but this keeps the glitter debris out of your bottle. So if you want, you can go around and do just a little at a time. But you want to add a second layer to fill in any gaps that you might have missed the first time. And then we're just going to add it in. And we will shake off any loose Mod Podge. And I can see where my second coat is, but if you can't, just be careful when you go around, because you don't want to pull off the second coat when you go to add more around your bottle to finish your second coat all the way around. So just be careful. You can always re-glitter and add more once it dries, but you don't want to pull it off if it's not totally dry. Okay, so I'm going to re-glitter. And I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm going to come in and I'm going to do a third coat down here just to fill it in and get it the way I want it. And then I'll go up and do all the way around the top of the bottle, so it's glittered all the way around and it has a nice full look. Alright, now I am back with my glass. It's dry, and even though it looked really good on the first coat, I am going to go in and do a second coat so that I can just give it a fuller look.
Go.
Alright, so I have my Mod Podge all the way around for my second coat on my glass, and I am just going to get my glitter going all the way around. If you start at the top of your cup with your glitter, you can kind of just let it shake itself down and stick in it here, so you don't have to pick up so much glitter later on and re-stick it. Now once I do this second coat, I'm going to put a third coat of Mod Podge just over the top, just so it can seal it a little bit. And I may even do 2 coats over the top to seal it. And again, if you get Mod Podge where you don't want it, just go around with your finger, or you can use an X-Acto knife if you want to, or paper towel. Just clean up your edges and get it how you want to look. And like I said, it's already pretty and sparkly.
Go.
So I finished my second coat all the way around. If you decide that you don't want it that thick, you don't have to do that. But I wanted to keep that peach color out of it, so you see as much silver as you want. Now, one of the tips of things you can do is if you have silver paint, you can also paint it silver, so you don't have to use as much glue, and it can give it some sparkle behind that. So I want to let that dry. Still wet to the touch and glitter on my hands, so I'm going to let that dry, and then I'll go up and do the top.
Go.
Now I am going around and putting my last coat of Mod Podge on. This is just to seal everything in. Again, don't worry, Mod Podge dries clear, so I am just going around and getting this on, and we'll let that seal. Right now I'm going in and doing the top part of my bottle, and you can do this the same way you're doing the bottom part. I'm just going to put 2 coats on it, trying to get it on here liberally, but you don't want it to be too clumpy. Get it on here, and you can always go back and recoat it just like you did the bottom. And then we're going to let that dry and come back.
Go.
Alright, so there we have it. We have our glass and our bottle. That's a cute little set for someone. You can wrap it up, put a bow on it, put it in a gift bag, one inside the other. That'd be a cute little gift for someone. So, hope you like it. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe.